I hope everyone had a beautiful Lag BaOmer and is feeling inspired. I'm definitely feeling inspired after my chavrusa this morning. I'm learning a maamor from the rebbe with an amazing woman from Mitzvot. She's beautiful, beautiful neshama. We're learning the maamor Tzion b'mishpat tipade from the year 5736 from the rebbe. And I just want to share what I've gained from this and how it led me to connecting to tefillah and the shema and living in a totally new world. So the pasuk that a maamor is always brought down from a pasuk, is this. It's from Shema. It's in Shema, but it's originally from Devarim. So v'hayu hadavarim v'ala asher anochi metuacha hayom. And they should be these matters that I command you today. So it's weird, Moshe speaking to Bnei Yisrael, but Matan Torah already passed, so why is he saying hayom? What does he mean hayom? So the Rebbe says, this is a huge secret. Hayom means every single day when we do a mitzvah, literally it's as if HaShem is giving us all of the mitzvot completely anew. Every single day is new. Therefore, we should have freshness when we do the mitzvot in our eyes and in our hearts. And not only is that hayom means that it's today, it's new. It also means that hayom is this world, that this world is anew in every single day. And so this led me to thinking, it's beautiful, this Torah, that Hashem's mitzvot are totally new. But sometimes it's hard for me to connect to that. It's hard for me to know what that means. So I remembered I don't remember which maamor, but basically Hashem, when he made this world, went through many processes of tzimtzum. He made himself small. Hashem made this world and created this existence where we could live in this reality and not perceive godliness. We could just perceive what's on a physical surface. But at the same time, if one digs deeper and searches, he could see Hashem. And so Hashem goes through many ways to make himself small. You could read about this in Derech Hashem. It explains it in depth, pretty clear. Don't really know what it means, but we could just take our lessons from it. And one of the way Hashem makes himself small is through his names. And one of his names, specifically Yud Kei Vav Kei, means what was, what is, and what will be. So Hashem makes this world through one of his names and many other things, which means what was, is, and what will be. And so when I heard that we have to have a freshness, that as if we received the Torah today, the mitzvot today, I remembered that Yud Kei Vav Kei, what was, is, and will be, means right now. That really the only moment that exists in all of history is right now. Like time is really just a spiral to this moment. So not only on a hypothetical way that we're supposed to receive the Torah in every single moment, actually when we do a mitzvah in the moment, it's as if, and if this moment is the only thing that ever existed, it's as if we're doing a mitzvah for the first time right now. And that's the reality. That's the true reality. Obviously, we don't perceive it that way because we're humans and we live in this vacuum of time. But the truth is that every single moment is new. And so when we are able to live with this reality that Hashem is totally new and this moment is new, so therefore when I'm doing a mitzvah, that's new too. We're actually able to, within experiencing a freshness. What is the importance of mitzvot? So again, back to tzimtzum, Hashem made himself small to create this world. And it's brought down in this maamor how when Hashem made the world of Malchut, which is the one which we exist in now, aligned with the Siyah, the lowest. So it says that his essence isn't even in that world. Rather, it's just a ray of his light. Just like the sun is, you would say the essence of the sun is the ball itself. We in the world's just experience the rays, like something's kind of separate but also apart. So that's what Hashem uses to make the world. And it seems like a little strange, we live in this world and you're telling me that Hashem exists, like makes the entire thing. Hashem is everything, even the moment, whatever that means. But like we can't even tap into his essence. Like we just get little fragments of him. And so that's where the mitzvot come into play. the mitzvot are literally one with Hashem's essence. It actually uses the Shem Hashem Anochi. He says, I. That when a Jew does a mitzvah in this moment, and if every single moment is new, we're literally aligning completely to his essence. As if we're not, messing with the rays of the sun anymore. We're going totally to the source of the sun and we're one with it. And so I think that is so powerful that the way that we can connect to Hashem, his total essence, is by doing a mitzvah. And not only that, is that it's totally one. And the world needs us to be doing mitzvot to sustain having his full expression of his essence in it. And that not only we're just, aligning ourselves to Hashem's essence, the mitzvot are our essence as well. The human body is made up of the mitzvot aseh and the mitzvot lo aseh. The 248 and the 365 bones and sinews in our body actually completely correlate to a certain mitzvah, because there is 365 mitzvot lo aseh and 248 mitzvot aseh. So we're actually one with his mitzvot as well, and Hashem is one. And so, continuing forward, it's great. So now we know that Hashem's essence is in the mitzvot, and we know that every single moment is anew. And so when we can live in this space and time where we allow ourselves to be in this place of freshness and anew, that we're actually connecting totally with Hashem's essence, Yud Kei Vav Kei, and that's in the present moment, and that's also one with his essence. But then I was reading the Shema after my chavrusa, and I want to read the entire pasuk. It's the first paragraph of Shema. It says, "Ve'ahavta et Hashem Yud Kei Vav Kei Elokecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nefeshcha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hu devarim ba'ala asher anochi mitzucha hayom ala levecha." So it says, you shall love Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, the present moment, now, your God, with all of your heart, with all of your nefshcha, all of your soul, and all of your moedecha, all of your resources. And when you do that, then they should be these matters that I command you today upon your heart. So tuning back into Tanya, which I actually didn't say that I quoted it before, but I did. That's how that I've learned in chapter 49 of Tanya, that Hashem's essence is totally one with the mitzvot. And also, it's crazy that I read this and I was feeling inspired, and it happened to be today's Tanya, also in chapter 49, that explains this pasuk in Shema. So it says, chapter 49 of Tanya, how do we get Hashem's mitzvot to be in our heart? How do we, in order to have these matters that Hashem commanded to us, in order to live these mitzvot, it needs to be, first we have to love Hashem, and then we have to do it with all of our heart, and we have to love Hashem with all of our heart, with all of our soul, and all of our resources. So what does that mean? So the heart represents like our families and who we love and what inspires us. And he even says that like wife and children, that a man's love for his wife and children, his heart is bound with them. So too, we're like the children of Hashem, and Hashem's like our father, so our heart's actually bound with him. And then nefshcha is our vitality, the fact that we're alive, the fact that we're existing in a world that's full of life. So that's loving Hashem with all of our soul, recognizing that he is the sustainer, constant sustainer of our life. And the third is our moedecha, is our resources, is our strengths. And so I think that represents our life missions, like our life mission and our strong attributes and things that we're good at and things that we could give to the world. And so when we can take all of these things, loving with our heart, what we love, with our soul, with our vitality and our moedecha, with our resources, then we're able to have it on our heart. And again, this is all in the Shema, so I think the secret is really in the Shema. Then we're able to have it on our heart, and we're able to experience this freshness of the mitzvot and live in being in this closeness with Hashem. But so I did this in my journal, and then I was like, great, this is really powerful. Still wasn't getting the full point. Like, how am I supposed to practically bring all of this in? Okay, I'm totally one with Hashem. You know, He made this world, and the essence are and the mitzvot are His essence, and it's one with mine. But I need to experience it new every single day, and the only moment is now. How can we do that practically? So I was also learning sanctuary of the heart, and he explains tefillah. And David HaMelech says, I am tefillah. Like, what does that mean? You are tefillah. So the rebbe explains in Sanctuary of the Heart how the entire point of this world is to experience closeness to Hashem. And how do we do that? He says the whole reason the world was made, the whole reason we have mitzvot is to experience closeness to Hashem. And how do you do that? David HaMelech says, I'm tefillah. Tefillah is the key. Tefillah, when we live in a place of tefillah, we're able to achieve this closeness that is tangible. Humans are unique to any other creation in the world. We're considered medabrim. We have speech and nothing else. Like, you could say a parrot has speech, but it doesn't. It could just copy. It doesn't really, like, animals have communication, but we have speech. We have the power to make a bracha, to choose, to discern between good and darkness. But no other creation in the world has that. And so in order for humans to have a really deep connection, think about even if you're trying to get close with a spouse, with your boyfriend or girlfriend, with a friend, you need to speak. And after you speak, no matter what it is, you feel closer. And especially when you're sharing things on your heart or on your mind, and when you can, share those things, then you definitely feel closeness. And so speech is a secret to feeling close. And speech, I would even say, is a secret to letting things and people into your heart, and allowing when people speak to you, it allows you to be into their heart. And so I gathered from all of this that in order to be close to Hashem and to live this Torah, we need to be constantly praising Hashem. Not just praising like you're great, like talking to Him when you're driving in the car. Like, Hashem, I really need a green light. Like, Hashem, I'm late to work. Like, whatever it is, however you could build closeness to Hashem in your own way, that's what you should do. And I found that I've done this more and more throughout the years. Like, I'm just walking down the street, and like, instead of just talking to myself, I'm talking to Hashem. And then I'm able to, I can't explain it. I'm trying to explain what ice cream tastes like. Like, having a closeness to Hashem, one, is infinite, and you could always get closer and closer and closer. And it's so freeing because, living in this world and doing everything by rote would suck. But when you have a closeness to someone, you feel excited to do their mitzvot, like to do what they say. If you're not feeling close to your mom and she asks you to take out the garbage, you're like, I'm obviously gonna do it because you said it. I don't want you to freak out, but like, I don't really want to do it. But when you're feeling close to your mom or anyone and they ask you to do something, you're like, oh, like you're excited, or even you would even do it without them asking. Like, you're so excited to get close to Hashem. And so I'm just gonna summarize and then end it with one final point. So this is the Shema, and I realize that the Shema ties it all together. So we have to love Hashem, our God, Yud Kei Vav Kei, which means every single moment. It means what is, was, and what will be. Hashem is only right now. And so we're commanded today. We got the Torah today, which means it's totally anew. We're getting a new Torah every single moment, and this moment is the only thing that exists. So when we do a mitzvah, it's in this moment, it's like we've never done it before. And so first, in order to experience that, we have to love Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, like everything. Yud Kei Vav Kei is like Sovev Ka'almin, like surrounding all worlds, all of this moment. Our God, Elokecha, and Elokecha has the same, Shem Elokim, Hashem's name Elokim is the same gematria as Teva, as nature. So we have Hashem that's in the moments, is the moment and is all of the world, but also like totally within this world and within all of reality, and that's nature. So we have to love HaShem, our God, who's here, with all of our heart. That means like with who we love. We said how a man's heart is bound up with his wife and children, and so too Hashem's like our father, and we are his children, so our heart's bound with him with all of our soul. He's our vitalizing life force, and all of our resources, with all of our strengths that Hashem gave us to do things in the world with. And when we can love Hashem with our hearts and with our soul and with our resources, then we are able to have these matters that Hashem, Anochi, Metzucha, that Hashem commanded us, Anochi, and remember his essence is one with his mitzvot today, in this moment, al levavecha, on our heart. Then we're able to live in that moment. Because when you know something in your head, it's great. Like, it's in an intellectual pursuit. But when you can know something in your heart and an experience, that is a totally different knowing. That's a living. And so that's the difference between when we say the Shema, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, Hashem, you're totally one here, versus living everything I just said. It's going to be on our heart. In our hearts, we're going to be living it. Like, I can't explain to you what ice cream tastes like. You just got to taste it to know what I'm saying. And I think this is the secret to oneness with Hashem, of Einod Mavado, of Hashem being totally one and with us, is that that's just the secret, that Hashem's all one, that everything is one, and Hashem's one, and we're one with him, and we can experience this oneness through all facets, not faucets. Sorry, I study in Hebrew, but it's not very good, and my English is getting worse, and it's really just confusing in our life, and everything is just a medium and a way to get closer to Hashem. So with this, I want to bless everyone that within their life, even if you're feeling, kind of annoyed, or you're going through things by rote, you're able to awaken within your heart and awaken within yourself a new vitality for the mitzvah, and a new vitality for yourself. And you're able to get close to Hashem through tefillah and close to yourself. And everyone should be happy and healthy. And thanks so much. Would love to hear feedback, by the way.